Good evening, folks. Ben here with Wilderness Handyman and filming another video in my beautiful bedroom. Uh, I can think back about a decade ago when I started a YouTube channel, not like this, but another one, and it hasn't changed very much at all. I'm still out here filming the same type of videos, filming them very simple, filming them very easy, and I can't say that I put a lot of effort into these. I just feel like being able to say something to the whole world is kind of neat, and I want to do it. And not that I have anything particularly enlightening to say, but maybe you'd be interested in my perspective. Who knows? Maybe you wouldn't. I get about 4 views average, so not getting a lot of views. But anyways, I wanted to kind of look at the fashion world because I'm well known for my great fashion. I'm well known for wearing a particularly great, wonderful array of clothing. Sarcasm, by the way. I'm not particularly fashionable. I try to wear nice, decent clothing. Try to stay decent, but I'm not particularly fashionable. I don't wear the ripped jeans. I'm not a sneakerhead. I don't have dunks. I don't listen to Yeet or Lil Yeezy, Da Baby. Not much of a fashionable guy. I do keep up on trends, and I would suppose I'm as well versed in the world of the World Wide Web as anyone should be, and probably more so than most people should be. I spend a lot of time on the internet. One of the things I get from being on the internet a lot is the fact that our fashion for my age group of generation Gen Z people is really weird. I have to say it. It's very weird. And the most normal of it being pajamas, hoodies, comfort wear. People don't care. This may be the farthest from caring anyone has been of any generation until Generation Alpha comes out with just wearing nothing, which it will be interesting to see that at some point. I don't particularly want to, but anyways, why am I talking about fashion? Well, I think that there's an interesting type of graph that you can look at. As our society has degraded, so has our fashion statements. So has our view of fashion. If you look at the old days, like the 50s, the 40s, go back to the 1800s, people actually wore respectable clothing. Whether it was going out to work or was going out to have something to eat, people wore decent clothing. And I think that's very interesting because now we do not seem to care what we look like. We will, if it's a date, we'll go out and put on a nice t-shirt. If it's just a normal go out and get groceries, pajamas are good. The amount of people that I see wearing pajamas in Walmart, it's very, very large. And so it's not just something on the internet. It's not something that's just special for different places. I know people wear pajamas everywhere. It's like, who cares, And I don't think it's just because, I think it has an array of different things why we've gone from trying to be presentable back in the old days to now not caring. And I think one of those things is I'm reading a book, Strange New World, where it talks about the self and how we have to be as close to our authentic selves as possible, as if that's something to aspire for. Do I really want to be authentically me? Well, if we look at, and in some way, yes, I do want to be authentically me. I want to be who I am and not somebody else. But at the same time, there's a lot of bad quality and character traits about me that I don't want to be. I want to be better than who I am. I don't want to be lazy. I want to be diligent. I don't want to be passionate about everything. I don't want to be particularly angry. I want to be calm, cool, collected, humble. I want to be these particular things. But what this book poses is the fact that people nowadays are trying to be their authentic self. And so how do I connect fashion to this view? Well, authentically me, I don't care. And this is kind of the mindset of, I think, a lot of people nowadays is, well, I don't care what people think of me, so I'm going to wear what I want, and I'm going to wear what makes me feel comfortable. And hence why you see people show up in stuff that they slept in, and they don't look particularly presentable. They don't look particularly wonderful, appealing for the eyes. Not particularly attractive. But in their minds they're doing what is authentically them, and they don't care what people think about them, and so they just walk right out. Does it matter a whole lot? I don't make this long video, so I'm jumping to my points quickly. Does it matter a lot how people wear, what people wear? Yes, I think it does. I think that you kind of dress to what you aspire to be. Dress for the job that you want is a statement that people make, but I think that in a way, if you're dressing terribly, you're kind of showing some level of how you think. You're showing, I think it's kind of the same with, like, how does your house look? If you go to your house and your house is in shambles, and you go and your property is all broken up and stuff all over, I'm gonna start to make assumptions about who and what you do. If I see everything lying around and trash heaps all over, maybe you've just had a time where you're uncluttered or you're cluttered up. Or if it's been long periods of time, maybe you are a particularly chaotic person and you try not to have your things in order, which people look at someone who isn't in order as if they just can't help it, which I don't buy that. Okay? I'm a person who doesn't get things in order a lot. A lot of times I have a lot of things that are out of order. But does that mean that I can't have some level of order in my life? Does that mean I can't have some level of decency? I don't think so. And I think clothing is one of those things that's an easy fix. Here, fellas, let me tell you something. Go to Goodwill. I'll tell you right now, this is a Goodwill cop. This is a Goodwill cop. This is, I think, a Goodwill cop. I bought this off a gift shop. But you could literally have a wonderful looking, nice suit set. I mean, I got the pants to match for like $50. Buy a couple nice shirts. Buy a couple button-ups. Buy some black jeans. Buy some, khakis. Anything other than just jeans and a t-shirt. I'm not saying that there isn't a time for that, because there definitely is. And I'm not saying I don't wear that. But, I think one of the great places to start decluttering your life and trying to at least have some respectability is the way you dress, I mean, if you have a bad hair day, hat is awesome to wear, because then you can just look a little bit more presentable. And maybe it's kind of an easy fix, and it's not like it's going to fix your whole life. But, people are all aspiring to be this alpha macho man, like Andrew Tate. Well, I think a lot of the reason people like him is because he seems like he's got his stuff in order, which I don't think he does. I don't think any of us have everything in order. I'll be the first one to tell you I don't have everything in order. But I do think that fashionably wise, if you look somewhat decent, it does give an air of respectability. And I think you feel better about yourself. You feel more confident. You feel more happy with how you look, And I don't think having a confidence, having an air of, it doesn't have to be a prideful confidence, but having some level of feeling good and feeling decent, like I'm not a total piece of trash, is kind of nice. Controversial opinion as that may be, I don't want to feel like crap all the time. And so if wearing a nice suit, nice tie, or just wearing a button-up makes me feel a little bit better, well then I think that that's a good thing to pass off to other people as well. And I hope that you don't just take my word for it, but you try it. Try it. Try it for a month. See what it's like to wear some nice clothes. If you hate it, you don't have to do it. You can go back to pajamas. But it might be something you enjoy. Anyways, food for thought. Ben here with Wilderness Handyman. Hopefully you have a good week. I'm going to be trying to post regularly on this for my one regular viewer. Shout out. I won't say his name. Shout out IRL Music if you've watched this whole video. Anyways, adios.